Welcome to this guided, inquisitive meditation for emotional healing. Take a moment to get nice and comfortable, either sitting or lying down. Ensure your spine is straight but not rigid, your body relaxed and yet alert. Gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose to a count of 4. And pause for 4. Breathe out of your mouth for 4. Again, pause. And repeat. Simply observing the breath flowing through the body. And let's remember that no matter what we might have been doing before, or no matter what we might be doing later, this is our short little time in which the only thing that matters is that we relax and meditate. As you continue to mindfully breathe, I'll briefly introduce our meditation. Inquisitive meditation is a unique approach to self-reflection. Unlike traditional mindfulness, in which we focus on the breath, this practice invites us to ask open-ended questions about ourselves, our emotions, and our experiences. And these questions can help us to uncover insights and to resolve any inner conflict and to grow. Let's take a few more mindful breaths. As you mindfully breathe, identify an emotion that you would like to explore. Perhaps you've been feeling anxious, frustrated, uncertain, or perhaps you're simply curious about a recurring thought or sensation. Whatever arises, whatever emotion you choose to focus on for this session, take a moment to label it to yourself, saying, "I am working on," and then the name of your emotion. In our session today, we will be meeting this emotion with curiosity and with compassion, inviting it to teach us something valuable. Continuing to mindfully breathe, I'll explain that this technique is loosely based on self-inquiry and is also similar to koans for those of you who practice Zen Buddhism. We will simply be asking ourselves questions and inviting the answers to reveal themselves to us. Now, continuing to observe your breath entering and leaving your body, noticing the gentle rise and fall of your abdomen, noticing how it feels to have your body supported by the ground beneath you. Allowing yourself to settle more and more into the present moment. Now, gently bring to mind the emotion that you have chosen, and ask yourself, what does this emotion feel like? And so I shall briefly recap up to now. We're mindfully breathing. We're choosing and naming an emotion that we're going to work on. And say the name of that emotion to yourself. And now we're noticing how we experience that emotion. What does it feel like? Is there a particular place in your body where you notice that emotion? Does it manifest perhaps as tightness in your chest? Or maybe it is a heaviness in your stomach? Or perhaps a warmth in your face? Just taking a moment to notice if that emotion, that feeling, has a shape, texture, perhaps even a color, any other qualities it might have. And so all we're doing is just with curiosity, investigating that emotion. And while we're doing that, we're using the breath to help us to stay calm so that we can observe the emotion calmly, so that we don't get lost in the feeling. So the breath is the anchor with which we're keeping the mind in the present moment and just gently exploring that emotion. And I'm just being a little bit quiet now to allow you to practice that. And so we've taken a look at how this emotion manifests. Next, we want to explore its source. Calmly in your mind and lightly, just ask the question, what is the source of this emotion? And it's important that you ask lightly, that you don't demand answers and you don't grip hold of nor resist what comes up. Just lightly ask the question, what is the source of this emotion? And observe as your mind presents you with answers. So we've lightly sent our subconscious that question. What is the source of this emotion? And by staying calm and lightly holding that question in mind, we allow ourselves to explore the answers. again, just calmly observing what answers come up. Many spiritual teachings suggest that understanding the origins of our emotions can help us release unnecessary suffering and move toward inner peace. So just allow your mind to show you the answers. And it is possible that during this practice you might momentarily experience heightened emotions. If that happens, A, that's completely fine, it's part of healing. B, remember your breath is there for you when you need it. Simply return to your breath to calm your mind, and then continue to explore in your own time. Now we want to ask ourselves, what does this emotion want to teach me? Emotions often carry messages about our needs, our values, our unmet desires. So lightly ask, what does this emotion want to teach me? And stay open and receptive of insights and realizations, shifts in perspective that might occur. Research shows that engaging in reflective practices like this can improve emotional intelligence, helping us navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and balance. Personally, I've found that this step often reveals unexpected truths about myself that help me to grow. So just continue to ask with an open mind, what does this emotion want to teach me? And so we're seeing the good that this emotion is trying to provide us with. Seeing that even if it is a negative emotion, like anxiety, there's probably a positive lesson to be learned from it. And we're just giving space for that lesson to reveal itself. Now we want to finish with compassion. Ask yourself, how can I respond to this emotion with kindness? Imagine that you are offering the emotion itself understanding and acceptance, as though the emotion were a dear friend and you're being receptive to what they are asking of you. Now, to clarify this whole process, I'm going to give the emotion that I myself have meditated on in this session. I've meditated on the slight anxiety that I feel that I'm getting older and my time is passing. And so I've labeled that emotion to myself, identified it, explored how it feels, how it manifests. Ask what it wants to teach me, which is, it wants to teach me to squeeze the very zest of life out of each moment while I'm here. And how can I respond to that? With kindness. How can I accept this emotion, understand it, and say, yes, I understand the lesson, and I'm going to listen to you and take action based on it? Well, I can grab life by the horns, can't I? And that would be responding to the emotion with kindness and compassion. So what can you do to respond to your emotion with kindness and with compassion? Continue to explore that for as long as you like, and when you are ready, return to your breath. Inquisitive meditation is a wonderfully helpful technique for when we want to feel unstuck, when we want to understand our emotions. Sometimes we're overwhelmed by our emotions, and all our emotions want us to do is stop and listen and take the lesson that they're trying to teach us. So investigative meditation allows us to get in touch with our emotions, to understand them and to listen to them. And when we do that, as soon as we've listened to the message of our emotions, we gain greater emotional regulation. And that's why often after just 20 minutes of doing this practice, you might find that the way that you're processing that emotion that you've been working on suddenly changes. I do hope that you have enjoyed this meditation session. And if you'd like to learn more about inquisitive meditation and other meditation techniques, visit my blog, thedailymeditation.com, where you'll find free tutorials, guided sessions, and so much more, everything that you need to master meditation. Thank you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.